Back now with Consumer Confidential. If you've been thinking about buying a home or refinancing your mortgage, probably been watching those interest rates pretty closely. Well, we've got Chief Consumer Investigative Correspondent Vicky Nguyen here to help us break down what sellers and buyers need to know. Vic, good morning.
Good morning. I've been watching those rates too.
Okay, so what's the latest?
Okay, so it's been a bit of a roller coaster, Al, but just last month, mortgage rates for a 30-year fixed hit a 3-year low. They're currently ticked back up, sitting at 6.38% on average for a 30-year fixed, which is good news for people because we've been wanting to see them come down and down. Lots of factors really do affect the rates, right? The economic outlook, that's a little hazy now with the government shutdown. It's harder to know what the inflation report says, what the jobs report says, because we're not getting those numbers. The Federal Reserve meets, they discuss, and they also take a look at what's happening around the world. Something I found really interesting. The rate at which people are moving to new homes and new cities is actually the lowest on record, according to the Wall Street Journal. Yeah, they looked at it, and they think it's because older generations aren't moving, they're not selling, so inventory of homes that are available is a problem. Also, companies aren't hiring as many entry-level positions, so those college grads, those people who are looking for a new job, a new start somewhere, aren't moving the way they used to.
That's fascinating. So then what are we expecting to happen with mortgage rates moving forward?
So, Chanel, the Fed is going to meet again at the end of this month, October 28th and 29th. Word on the street, the financial streets, is they are expected to cut the rate 1, perhaps 2 times by the end of the year. So that's good news because when they cut that rate, then the mortgage rates follow. But here's the pro tip, which is really interesting. If you have your ducks in a row, you're ready to buy, now is the time to talk to your lender ahead of that October 28th, 29th meeting, because it's really in the days before the Fed meets that the mortgage rates start to go down in anticipation of the cut. Then they announce the cut, and then the rates sort of start ticking back up again. So you don't want to be late to the game on that. And here's the thing. If you're not quite ready yet, maybe you don't have enough saved yet, well, Fannie Mae has its economic outlook, and they are saying they think rates will stay right around 6.4% by the end of this year and then lower by 5.9% by the end of next year. So you still have time. It doesn't look like anyone is forecasting rates to go up in the next couple of years.
So you can wait a little bit, but what are some tips to kind of just find that right home? Like, should you hold off another year, or what do you recommend?
I think the key, Dylan, is to take a look at your financial picture. How much do you have saved up? What have you budgeted? And really looking at what's the down payment going to be? What are the closing costs? Also, don't forget about moving expenses. That's another few hundred or potentially thousands of dollars you might not have anticipated. And there are a lot of great tools to help you do this. You don't have to just kind of sit down with a pen and paper and try to do the math yourself. We actually have something called the NBC News Home Buyer Index. Very cool. Just Google it. We've been working on it for a couple of years. It looks at a variety of factors, including affordability, scarcity. So you can actually enter the county in which you are hoping to buy. The closer you are to 100, the more difficult it is to buy in that county. But Travis County, Texas, for example, 49.5. So, you might be deciding between a couple of counties, and that affordability index, the home buyer index, could make the difference for you. Something else to look at, Zillow, we know they're Zestimates, right? They tell you what the market value of a home should be. They also have something called a buyability tool. You put in the purchase price of the house, how much you can put down, what the current interest rate is, and insurance. It'll tell you exactly what you can expect to spend per month. Compare that to your income. See if the maths for you.
There's some great tools out there. Regardless of what happens with the mortgage rates, whatever the Fed does, there are still some other things that people can do. How can they ensure that they're getting the best terms on a home loan outside the interest rates?
Yes, Craig. I always say focus on what you can control, right? And that is your financial picture, your financial profile. That means paying down debt, paying off credit cards, and paying attention to your credit score, because the best mortgage rates go to people who have the best credit score. So everything you can do to improve that will help you. Also, have you heard of down payment assistance programs? So we have a story coming up on the 8 o'clock, but I really want people to check out downpaymentresource.com. So basically, for people, a lot of times it's first-time home buyers, but not always. And these are programs in all 50 states. This is money from the city, from the county, from your state. Tens of thousands of dollars that are either in grants or coming to you in the form of an interest-free loan to help you get into a home. You have to meet certain income requirements. They have to know that you can afford your monthly payments. But there's a lot of money out there to help you buy a home. So make sure you are checking that out.
Wow.
Shopping multiple lenders. Of course, we do that as we would do with anything to get the best rate. But you also want a lender who knows about all the resources that are out there that can help you. And then finally, consider paying for points. That's where you pay more money up front to lower your interest rate for the long term.
All right,
Great
advice.
tips.
Thanks
Really
so much.
helpful. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.